First Covenant Foundation is proud to present the Rainbow Covenant with Dr. Michael Dallen. We'll explore the Noahide movement and its connection to Israel and the Jewish people. For information, online, rainbowcovenant.org, firstcovenant.com, or call 1-313-891-1920. Hi, Michael. How are you this morning?
Great, Zelda. Good morning.
Nice to have you with us. Okay, so the theme of the show this morning is basically Darwinism and evolution and faith in God. Everything that Darwin projected is a theory, and there's been a lot of controversy about what those theories have led to. But in the case of the Noahide movement, you know, faith in God and connection to one another seems to be something that's on the down spiral. What do you think?
Yeah, it probably is. Faith in God is under assault. It's funny. We talk about this in the book and in the website among ourselves. But the revolutionary forces that were set loose at Sinai have brought us the scientific age, the scientific revolution, and it's I think a natural process for this scientific revolution to be biting the hand that feeds it, to snap back at this stage in history at the revolutionary forces that made it possible. You know, I'm not the only tefillin-wearing, tzitzis, fringe-wearing Jew who believes in the theory of evolution, which is the foundation of modern biology. There are Nobel Prize-winning scientists, brilliant, cutting-edge scientists, Jewish scientists all over the world who are faithful, believing Jews who also subscribe to this building block, this fundamental building block of biology. This idea that you have to choose between scientific rationality and the God who made rationality possible is preposterous. So what we're dealing with this, and we've gone on and on about this in our newsletters and in the book too, we're dealing with
Rainbow Covenant. Say the name of the book. The Rainbow Covenant.
Rainbow Covenant.
Oh, okay.
Firstcovenant.com.
Okay.
We're dealing with these really preposterous ideas out of the 19th century, very old-fashioned ideas that say that they're very presumptuous. They say that there can be no direction in evolution. That, these people at the very dawn of the scientific age, when we're just beginning to climb out of the darkness, are presuming to know everything about everything, and they don't yet perceive patterns. That doesn't mean that the patterns aren't there, and it's just crazy to say that they're not there. Scientists have irradiated Drosophila, fruit flies, for hundreds of thousands of generations. Many, many millions of mutations have been forced in Drosophila. In all that time, not one lousy positive mutation has resulted. This says something. There are problems with the presumptuousness of these so-called theorists, these pseudoscientists. So what we're talking about is pseudoscience.
We're talking about secularists as well, who have no religious belief and are just basing everything they think and do on science, which is fine. It's a theory, but we should be able to have the Lord's Prayer in school. We shouldn't be intimidated by the 10 Commandments that was put there to give us a rule about life.
Well, you're right, and you're right about them. But evolution is more than a theory. It really is a fundamental teaching, and we've learned a lot from it, and we are all about rationality. We are all about reason. There is no conflict. There can't be a conflict between truth and Torah, between the truth of science and the truth of God. They're one. This is the heart of the Hebrew Revolution. This is the heart of Torah, and we don't advance our movement by shutting ourselves off from true science. But you're right. We're talking about militant secularists who, again, they're very 19th century. They're very presumptuous. It's ludicrous. They think they know a lot more than they do, and they're incidentally trying to shut down all debate, all conversation. They ridicule faith and they say it isn't scientific, but again, they're fighting against cutting edge Nobel Prize winning scientists who disagree with them, who have remained more or less out of the debate because they realize how silly it is. There's no conflict. Torah supports this whole. I mean, the story of Genesis is not just a story, and it does support metaphorically evolution and vice versa. So, a lot of what they're fighting about is actually Christianity. They're trying to get away from the central Christian myths, and in the meantime, they try to drag down Judaism because of course, Judaism is the foundation of Christianity too, and they don't like it. So,
well, why isn't there room for all different kinds of thought? If people are basing their ideas, they have no proof on theory, then why is it not okay if you think your way, why is it not okay for me to think my way if nobody gets hurt and everything is done in a fair way?
Well, we have to keep to the scientific method, and most creation science is not science. They make dogmatic, idiotic, presumptuous claims too for intelligent design. They try to carve out more territory than is really theirs. Just as the secularists try to carve out too much. What we need is a heaping dose of humility and faith that this system, if you give it the benefit of the doubt, will win every time. That's what we get from our movement, these Noahides. We come to Torah, we come to faith in God because it is logically necessary. You can't. It's the only way to explain the data. Okay. Rationality saves us. So come to Torah and you'll get a better perspective on all of this.
Read the book, The Rainbow Covenant. Michael, thank you for joining us. Everything you had to say has great validity, and we'll look forward to speaking with you again in a couple of weeks.
Or sooner. Okay. Thanks so much,
Michael Dallen. Bye. The Rainbow Covenant with Dr. Michael Dallen has been made possible by First Covenant Foundation. Online, rainbowcovenant.org, firstcovenant.com, or call 1-313-891-1920. Dr.